and Pavan J. Peter and Jane 5C. More sounds to say. The girl has some cards. Each card has a picture on it. She looks at the picture on each card and puts it with the letter sounds. There are pictures of a boy, a cat, a top, an apple, a fish, a hat, a man, and the sun. The letter sounds are B, S, A, M, and S. The boy has some cards. There is a picture on each card. He looks at the picture on each card, then he puts the card with the letter sound. There are pictures of some milk, some apples, a seat, a fire, a house, a car, and a bus. The letter sounds are A, S, H, Ch, B. Here is some ink. Say the word ink. What is the sound? When you start to say ink, here is an inch. Say the word inch. You make the I sound when you start to say inch. Here is an insect. Say the word insect. What is the sound when you start to say insect? Here is an Indian. Say the word Indian. You make the I sound when you start to say Indian. Here is an egg. Say the word egg. What is the sound when you start to say egg? Here is an elephant. Say the word elephant. You make the E sound when you start to say elephant. Here is an entrance. Say the word entrance. What is the sound when you start to say entrance? Here is an exit. Say the word exit. You make the E sound when you start to say exit. Here is an orange. Say the word orange. What is the sound when you start to say orange? Here is an ostrich. Say the word ostrich. You make the O sound when you start to say ostrich. Here is an ox. Say the word ox. What is the sound when you start to say ox? Here is an otter. Say the word otter. You make the sound O. You make the O sound when you start to say otter. The boy is up. The boy is up. Say the word up. What is the sound when you start to say up? The dog is under. Say the word under. You make the U sound when you start to say under. It is an umbrella. You say umbrella. How do you start when you say umbrella? Here is an empire. Say the word empire. You make the U sound when you start to say empire. Dan has a ham. The ham is fat. Jill has a hat. Jill has a cat. Bob is in a hunt. He has a boat. Tom is hot. Tom is fit. Here is a dog. I can say dog. It starts with D. Here is a doll. I can say doll. It starts with D. Here is a doll. I can say doll. It starts with D. Here is a duck. I can say duck. It starts with D. This is a girl. We can say girl. It starts with G. This is a gun. We can say gun. It starts with a G. This is a gate. We can say gate. It starts with G. This is a goose. We can say goose. It starts with goose. It is a letter. You say letter. I start with L. It starts with L. It's a log. You say log. It starts with L. It's a leg. You say leg. It starts with L. It's a lorry. You say lorry. It starts with L. We see a net. We can say net. It starts with N. We see a nest. We can say nest. It starts with N. We can see a 9. We can say 9. It starts with N. We can see a nurse. We can see a nurse. We can say nurse. It starts with an N. This bag is big. It is a big bag. This dog is hot. It is hot in the sun. It is a cat. It is a fat cat. He is fit. He is a fit man. He has a bat. He puts the bat in the hot. He has a tin in it. It is ham in the tin. He is in the bed. He has cut in his leg. The sun is hot. Hot. It is not hot in the hut. Peter and Jane are going out this afternoon. They know a brother and sister. It's Sam and the girl is Bess. The Peter and Jane are going to see them in this afternoon on the houseboat. We will go by bus and then walk there, says Peter. I know how to get to the boat. Peter and Jane will go by bus. The girl is Bess, the boy is Sam. Peter and Jane like Sam and Bess. Peter says he knows which bus to take. Soon they are on the top of the bus as it is going up the street. They talk about the houseboat and about Sam and Bess. They get off the bus and walk up a hill. We will see the houseboat from the top of the hill, says Peter. Peter says, here is the bus. It is going up the street. They get off the bus. They walk up the hill. As the brother and sister get to the top of the hill, now they look down the water. Now they can see where the houseboat is. Peter points to the water. There it is, he says. I said so, you can see it down here. We must go down now, says Jane. Come on, let us run down to the water. They got to the top of hill. There it is, says Peter. I can see it, says Jane. She says we must go down now. Peter and Jane run down to the water. They soon get there. Then the other children on the boathouse see Peter and Jane. Daddy will come and get you in our little boat, says Sam. Peter and Jane see Sam's daddy get into the little boat. Here he comes, says Peter. He will take us to the houseboat. Bess and Sam are in the houseboat. Peter and Jane look at the boat. Daddy will come and get you, says Sam. Peter says he will take us to the boathouse. Jane and Peter are with Sam's daddy in the little boat. They will soon be on the houseboat with Sam and Bess. It is a big boat, says Jane. I like it. It is good of you, thanks, to ask us to come, says Peter to Sam's daddy. We like to have you with us, he says. We must come again. Peter and Jed are in the water. Sam's daddy has a little boat. The boat is a big boat. The houseboat is a big boat. Peter and Jane like the houseboat. The four children are on the big boat. The girls look on as the boys fish. Sam has a fish in his hand. This makes 5, he says. Some girls fish, says Bess. But I do not like to. No, says Jane. I don't want to fish. Let the boys do the work. Sam's mommy and daddy sits on chairs in the sun. The girls do not like to fish. Sam has a fish in his hand. The boys have 5 fish. Sam's mommy and daddy sit in the sun. Jane helps Bess and her mommy to get the tea. She likes to do this. The two boys play on the houseboat. Peter says he is the lookout. I see some more boats from here, he says. Sam says, look at me, I can make the boat go. Bess looks out. Come in for tea, she says. Jane helps to get the tea. I will be the lookout, says Peter. Sam says, look at me. Bess says, come in for tea. They ate eggs or fish for tea. After they have had tea, Sam's daddy says that they are going to the shops. He gives the children some money. Help me start the boat, he says to the little boy. Sam and Peter pull in the little boat. Sam's daddy starts the big boat and soon it is going by the other boats. I like to eat eggs. Let us help Daddy, says Sam. Sam's daddy starts the boat. Jane has a net. Sam says that one afternoon he saw a little boy in danger in the water. I ran to get some men to help, he says. I was there, says Beth. I saw the man pull the little boy out of the water. Soon they all come to the shops. They look in the window and then they go into a shop. Sam saw the little boy. The boy was in the water. I ran to get some men, Sam says. Bess says, I saw the man help the boy. They are all in the shop. Bess wants a hat for the boat. The girls in the shop has 4 or 5 hats that Bess likes. Jane sees a little pig in the shop. Look, she says to Bess, you can put the money in this little pig. The boys took a look at the things for both. They talked to the man in the shop about them. Bess wants a hat. You can put money in the pig. The boys are in the shop. They look at things for boats. Thank you.